What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Millennials Talk Podcast. I'm Kel,
And this is Freq. What's going on?
and we back in this thing. We just gonna get started. What's been going on?
Kind of just like staying a little bit off mic, but like
Yeah.
just a transitional phase. And like I ain't gonna give them a whole earful, but creatively, I'm not stuck. I want to like break through, and so I'm at that point of breakthrough and that free fall. Like a lot of people not Snowfall fans. Well, I'm saying not Snowfall fans, but
Yeah.
the series finale of Snowfall, Franklin, even though he was fucked up and everything, he said he was so free. And like I was real envious and not envious, but I understood like what he meant in that. Just not the weight of life and the aspects of survival in a way. And it's like I realized what all I can really do with my own two hands if I put my mind
To
to
it, yeah, definitely. And what brought you to that? You just by watching the show, or just like it just was like an epiphany that just hit you?
Yeah, it was like more so the epiphany hit me, but I think seeing that scene planted the seed that kind of like has slowly grown to like how I'm feeling now.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's pretty much where I'm at. It's just exploring new things and embracing all aspects that come.
That's good though. I feel like I'm in the same bracket. Like, obviously we're gonna get a little bit more into it a little later, but I'm going through a little bit of a transitional phase too, where um, somebody trying to use what the fuck I got going on, and then just like spiritually changing and just like I feel like a butterfly in a sense, like you in this cocoon and you kind of like manifesting and like making these self changes in the inside, and then it's just like you slowly start to feel it like taking effect for real.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of like where I'm at right now. I recently went to lunch with Megan,
Mm-hmm.
and we went to shit. She gonna kick my ass. How I forget it that quick. Oh, Mad
I
Nice.
knew you were gonna say man.
Yeah, it's Mad Nice. It's in Detroit now, like Midtown Detroit, whatever. It was really good Italian food. I just wish my shit had some chicken, but we're gonna talk about that a little later too. But it was good though. It was like garlic something. It felt like risotto, but the noodles was big, and it like literally had like a hole in it. Like it was like really big. I don't know what type of noodles.
The twerk.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. But it was like a big long noodle. It wasn't like I I can't describe it well. I might insert pictures, I might not, but y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all can look at the menu. But it was good. It was we had a conversation about spirituality and like really um diving deep into changes and being able to like just let go of stuff and move forward. So I appreciate that, Megan. So I'm gonna shout you out on that. Yeah. But that's basically it. We're gonna get a little bit more into it. But our first topic, or not even a topic, our first like breaking the ice thing. That's what we're gonna start doing. Is choosing between your sight or your memories.
You know, I was thinking about that. It depends on my age. If I say right now, I don't know, the memories would kind of be straight. Like if I could just reset myself,
You
like,
gonna just
be just somebody different, like that'd be fly. Cause I feel like I still just
no.
walk with the same energy. Cause to not see some shit, I don't know. Like I'm such a visual like person, so it's an aspect of life I would just miss.
But your senses get heightened though. Like your hearing, your like I feel like your feeling stuff gets heightened.
That's cool, but it's like imagine I have a daughter and she get a cake, or I get a son, they get a cake, or bloody candles.
Yeah.
I was there for the memory,
But
but I can't picture none of that shit for real, for real. Like I'm going all off of memory and bullshit.
that's
so
true.
I'd rather reset now, be able to transition to life, and then just build this new thing of memories. And then, like, to tell me I went to high school, South High, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I went there for 4 years. Like, that's all I.
Well,
Like, the memories is one thing, but I can still develop and live a fulfilling life, you know. And there's no disrespect to the blind folks out here. I'm just saying, for me, I ain't trying to.
well, we got a choice, but
yeah.
I feel like losing your memories is like not. I mean, you being like you said, you basically becoming a different person because you don't even know like your childhood, nothing like that. Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, most people don't remember majority of their childhood anyways outside of like dope ass memories or just like occasions. So my mom got a picture or two. I mean, fuck it, that's good enough. She can tell me what's going on.
No, but you don't feel that moment when you went to the like if you took a picture with your mom and she was at the park with you as a kid, you can kind of like remember a little bit
Oh,
of
guess
that
for
feeling.
me, now I got the memory of my mom's re-teaching me about
Okay,
because I was like I would never even get that opportunity unless I lost my memory. So it's like you just, I guess, accept it moving forward. For me, it's like I'm
yeah.
cool with that.
I'm guessing you're not gonna get that true, authentic feeling. You getting like you said, you getting retaught that. I feel like for me, um, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with the sight. Like I'd much rather lose my sight because I feel like you see shit once, you know how it look. Like you know, if I had to do that, I'll lose that right now because I didn't already seen everything. I'm kind of like good. This world don't surprise me at this point.
See, I had said a quote yesterday to my man. I said, "You got to see something a million times just to see it twice."
Yeah,
Like for me, like if I see a picture, like, oh, that's a little Van Gogh, that's dope. But if I see it a second time, I'm gonna see something else. If I see it a
true.
third time, I'm gonna
That's
see
how art
something
is.
else. Yeah, so like if I see it a million times, then I really only seen it twice because that was that time and time it took for me to see the full
Aspect.
image of what they was trying
Yeah,
to do, and then I now see also my aspect or rendition of what they did. So it's like that's why I said I'm such a visual person. Like I thought about that a lot. Oh, I hate to go deaf and like still trying to do music and be creative, but I can kind of deal with that
yeah.
than the visual aspect. Like it's just something about it. Like I love the visual components of things.
I mean, putting it in that sense and what we do, like entertainment wise, I would obviously pick memories
Yeah,
because I want to succeed in my career
yeah,
field. But like outside of this, I would definitely choose like losing my sight because I just feel like it's your imagination is a luxury. Like you know what I'm saying? It's just something that you could like just expand on. Even now, like even with my sight, I can still like have a heavy ass imagination. That's how you come up with concepts, writing and stuff like that. And I mean, you could shit.
What
Like I
it
said,
can was like if I had a guitar but didn't remember how to play the guitar, like I feel like my muscle memory would still be there, but I would have to relearn things. So then it
yeah,
might be instead of before I did R&B hip hop, I'm learning country because like I don't have the same
oh yeah,
discomforts and stuff that I used to or anything like so. Like now I didn't
yeah,
boom
like yeah.
like that, and so it's like that was the type of things that would just interest me in new
That's a good thought
aspects.
about it. That's definitely a good thought when it
It's
comes
gonna
to.
be crazy. Like if I came here with the cowboy hat and shit, like my whole life changed.
I'll be fucking weak. Like, okay, this is a whole different
My name is
shit.
Dylan. Like,
Not on no country shit. That'd be funny though. But these would you rather questions are like really funny. I love them because it's like I hate when people try to make it so like detailed. Like you know they add like their little spin. Well, what time is it? When you
yeah,
know? So that's why I like just clear and concise. Like you, I like how you put it. You was like in this very moment.
yeah,
Yeah, let's make the decision based off of that.
yeah.
But moving into our next topic. So this is a little bit more personal to me in my situation that I'm currently going through. Basically, when do you hang up the towel from scamming? Like, when are you gonna scam till you can't scam no more? Type situation. Um, I'm gonna tell my little story, and then we gonna get into it. I'm not gonna keep. It's not gonna be long winded, but basically, I found out maybe like a couple weeks ago that somebody stole my identity, and they bought two cars in my name. Yeah, a Lexus and a Nissan, and they knew her years. So it was some bullshit. It was two different lenders. They used a North Carolina address. Shit was crazy, and only found out because I have experience. So experience lets me know like what's going on, whatever the case may be. And that shit like it just kind of like took me away because I thought about instantly. I thought about identity theft with Melissa McCarthy in it.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it took me down that road, like, damn, what the fuck do I do? Do I make a police report? And then he did a police report. This nigga drove all the way down there. That's what I was thinking, like, damn, do I gotta do that shit? Because
Yeah, that's true.
sometimes you don't know, like, they don't get caught. Like, shit, they be covering their trail really well. So,
And you gotta file in that district or county.
yeah.
That's
And I went through that too. I was like, damn, watching that movie, do you gotta, like, file with North Carolina police? Or how does that work?
yeah.
They told me, no, you don't have to do that.
Okay.
They reach out, whatever. But, um, that's basically what happened. Then I recently found out that she added it to my insurance policy.
Oh,
Yeah, she had like, one of the cars, so I'm like, fuck. So I had to go through that whole fraud shit. But it just really brought me to the point, like, you work so hard for, like, as example, your credit, and somebody just like take it away from you just like that, and you got to go through this whole ass process to prove that you didn't do this shit and somebody else did it, and they question you like you did the shit. It's a lot. I don't recommend it. I don't put it on nobody. I don't want nobody to go through that shit. But Jalen was laughing at my ass.
Scams be scamming.
They do be scamming. But what you feel about scamming? Because at one point in time it was praised like trending to be a scammer.
How can I put it? I'm always gonna like be with the scams because it is what it is. It's just it make the work. It's fucked up if it happened to you one
Yeah.
It's like I ain't gonna sit here and cap, but it's the way of the world in a way. Like a good scam is a good scam. It's just what America is based around. Like I mean, we just went through a whole pandemic of scams. Like no
True.
pun intended. You know what I'm saying? How the government work. But all in all, um, shit, my granddad, you know how they used to say the Nigerian people call and shit like that?
Yeah.
Like, my granddad got arrested, so they got his ass for like 10 racks, something like that. They got his ass. Because they told him that one of his grandkids was locked up and they needed to get some money. Yeah, they got his ass.
They did like the what is it, the old people scam where they call
Yeah.
yeah
They did that to him and got his ass. And like, even I laughed at that shit because it was still funny because it's like, damn, like,
that is I ain't gonna lie.
So I got bad because I thought about it, like, damn, that's all you gotta do to get 10 racks out of some old ass people. I was sitting there thinking like that. I just start calling shit in DC. It'd be a shit. But it was still like it was fucked up, but I still wasn't mad at them dudes because it's like they doing their job essentially. Like their job is a scammer, so it's like, you know,
8 or get 8.
That's
how good it is. I mean,
you know, good about it. It's like to me, it's just that's just one aspect of niggas getting money now, and it's just what it is. It's gonna kind of die again and then come back up because even punching was hot when we was in high school. Like niggas was punching a lot and just getting the fake credit cards. Now niggas getting whole ass cribs and niggas' names and
hell yeah.
next thing you know,
and
like,
cars.
Yeah, like it's all types of shit they get in niggas' names. So I'm not necessarily mad at it. I like the innovation of the youth or whoever's doing it. But it's just like redirecting it, or at least like if you're gonna take 10 racks, then what did you do with 10 racks? Like you know what I'm saying?
I feel like scam. I get that's like you got to get it by any means. Like I get it. You got to feed your family, stuff like that. You got to do what you do. I mean, it's fucked up because I'm currently going through it, so I just feel like at least it's a way that you can kind of like dispute it, and it's not against you once they prove it. But I don't know. I feel like I ain't gonna lie. I thought about scamming a long time ago, but I just feel like I'm too like into karma, so I just be feeling like the shit is gonna come back on me, and it's gonna be some fucked up shit, or I'm gonna get caught, and it's gonna be like some heavy ass charges or something. And I'm like, I don't want to go to jail or serve no time, so I don't know. I feel like one of the major scams that I remember that was like trending was the iPhone situation where people go to the stores and get iPhones and resell them, and then I'm trying to think what was that other scam that was like really really. I know the credit card one that you mentioned that was a big one too.
Yeah, PPP.
Oh yeah, the PPP. Well, shit, I was working at the bank when that shit happened.
See, PPP, EBT, they did a scam on that one. Get the unemployment scam. I can say to more y'all, I got y'all. Don't worry about it, boys. I'm gonna leave. It's all right. Well, I know the rest of them. I know the new John that got going on. It's some out of state shit.
Yeah, but I remember. Ooh, shit! Back in the day, I ain't gonna say their name, but a close friend of mine, her boo thing at the time used to drive to different states to do the iPhone scam.
Damn.
Yeah, and he would get like at least maybe 10 bands from each state he went to. Man, all you have to do is just pay for gas. But she was like the getaway driver. I'm gonna tell you who it is after, but
I think I got that.
yeah, but yeah, she. But yeah, that's how I go. I mean, I get it. 8 or get 8. That's just really what it is. I just got 8. It's just I'm trying to figure it out.
It can happen. Like, I mean, my bro, his girl, her aunt took her shit, fucked her shit up. But like,
Damn.
what was crazy was she played the part though, like on some SVU shit. Like she literally was like, "Oh my god, baby, I can't believe this." The whole nine.
She
Oh, I
bold
got
as
this
hell.
new car from working so much. You know, I've been saving. I'm talking about busting that bitch right in
That's
front of
bold
her,
as fuck.
bust down this, all this type of shit.
That's crazy.
To her credit though, a little bit no pun intended. She like would buy food though. She'd take the whole family out to eat or some crazy shit. So it was like, yeah, that's cool, ho. Which like you doing it on my dime, like
right. That's what I'm
like,
saying. Like you just gonna cheat me out of
like,
my own shit.
You could have like said fuck everybody, but you did
Yeah.
take us out. But it's like
With my money.
yeah, like that kind of some
That's
shit.
fucked up. That's really fucked up. Like it be your own family sometimes too.
It
That
is,
shit crazy.
most of the time, like for real.
Yeah, because I mean, shit, I got friends.
But not your situation. I don't know who that lady is, but
She's somebody. It is a woman though, but she had a whole fake ass Illinois ID. The shit, it's crazy.
See, that's the problem. Like if they get that CPN on your ass, ooh boy, I've been trying to find that CPN. If I can get that shit, yeah, I'm gonna be on nothing.
I am fucking weak. I can't do that shit.
I swear to God, I'm in Miami in my little South Beach apartment, like, whoop.
Don't get caught like that nigga that got that PPP loan.
I know, he's stupid as hell.
He did buy all them Ferraris and shit.
They buy Ferraris and shit. Government, they pay. I got one ass. I need one seat.
Okay, that's it. Give me a house and a nice car, and that's it. I ain't about to overdo it.
I swear to God.
But no, I mean, I feel like that kind of wrap up that segment. That topic though, because it's like it's really not too much that you can do. Like either you have a moral compass when it comes to scamming, or you don't. So if you good and you want to do that, that's you. If you don't, I mean, it is what it is. It's just my situation. I'm still going through it, and it's a lot. And I'm gonna just tell y'all, if y'all go through it, do shit in this order. Dispute it with the credit bureau. Dispute it with the two loans or the loan that is through, and then do your police report in that order, and everything should like work out a certain type of way. Um, but this segment, this next topic, um, I had a conversation with a coworker of mine, and she had a situation with her significant other, and basically her significant other has like a work bay or something like that, and she feels like she's like, how do you feel about something like that? Like if you have a work husband or wife or whatever, like we big and knowing like Chrysler, you work there so long, you got like basically a whole nother situation at work. But I mean, have you ever had like a work wife?
Yeah, essentially, for sure, I definitely have. But I think I was like Frankie Lyman of the work office, so it was like I was chilling, like it wasn't really no issue. That little call center was popping, but like
I am fucking weak. So how does it work though? Like you just how does it form? You just get cool, and then next thing you know, it's like y'all buying each other lunch, and
this is where it really started. Nigga, to be honest, it all started orientation.
Damn, from the jump.
But it depends on what type of orientation you in. So any classroom orientation is gonna start right there.
Yeah,
because it's like it kind of take grown ass people and put them in a high school setting with grown ass freedom. So it's like if I was 16 in high school, can get up and fuck, and the girls was cool, we was all just cordial, and we can go smoke blunts in the car, and niggas weren't tripping. It's like, well,
not smoking blunts on your break.
Oh, I mean, it's a call center. They don't give a It's only so much we can do in this bitch.
They do not give a fuck.
But like real shit, that's how it is to me. Like it start up in orientation, or if you get put right on the floor, it's whoever kind of take you under their wing.
True.
So it's like, oh, you don't know where the break room at? Let me show you that. And that could be old Sally that's been there for about a couple years now. She 45, and so like it's these social dynamics that got to come into play. So one time I was like 18, 19, I worked at a nursing home, and it was like an older lady who kind of like was like that with me and was nurturing and shit like that. But she let the line be known she wasn't on some mind shit. She would say like free shit, but because she was so much older for how I was at the time, it was like I ain't about to do. I was only 18, 19, but I wasn't in the mind frame I was a couple years later. I was like attracting older women and being involved with them. So at that point, I'm kind of like, no, like you older and shit. So it's
like you're old.
yeah, so it kind of turned into this other dynamic, and I think those play like a big part into it. Like, not to get too serious, but like even if you a dude, a nigga not gonna really trip on if his shorty got a work dude and vice versa unless that individual is threatening. So, say for instance, like my shorty work husband look like Nutty Professor.
You don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. I'm like, oh shit, what my nigga Daryl say today? Like, you bullshit. That nigga Daryl, he's talking about nigga with the, yeah, that's my man right there.
Bro,
nah, you replace that nigga with like Chris Brown coming to work every day with your lady, and he like, yeah, like, so we went to lunch and we'll do. Like, the fuck you going out with Chris for?
Nah, nigga.
What you talking about? You went to lunch with Chris? Like, a nigga gonna trip. Or like, if your shorty, like, you went out with Respucia or some shit, she was like, okay, nigga, like,
she ain't no gonna.
She not gonna care. She was like, nigga, that's what you own. But if you like, oh yeah, I went out with Young Miami, she was like, let's go up to Bar 7 real quick and get some wings. Like, shorty tripping.
Especially with that new body, okay?
Exactly. So it's like, that's what I mean. Like, it's all about they insecurity levels as well, because it's like, it is what it is. Like, admittedly so. Like, if your shorty like, yeah, you know, Daryl, he, and you pull up to the child like, oh yeah, she like, that go Daryl right there. That nigga hop out, he got the butterfly door, he come out fixing his chain. Like, what? That's Daryl? What the fuck you mean?
That
I thought said he was a janitor. He is. He just saved his money. Like,
now you just saved his money.
Like, because you don't even care what his position is. It's the look. It's the aesthetic. If it's threatening. Yeah, because that nigga be like, oh, I'm the CEO. But if he's some old, friendly, oh, okay, that's Reggie.
I mean, she getting extra money on the side.
And that's so then it's like, nah, that's your insecurity. Like, still as a dude, like, oh, well, I don't make enough. She gonna leave me for a nigga with the money. You know what I'm saying? Because like, it could be a nigga that's secure being a bus driver, but physically he know he don't go to the gym. So it ain't really the finance part. It's the fact I don't physically look like that. So my girl attracted to this Boris Cujo looking nigga, and I look like me. Or it could be on the flip side that he is a physically attractive dude, but he ain't got no bread. So then now it is maybe a Nutty Professor looking nigga, and he, oh yeah, I'm paying for this, and like shit, like, so it kind of depends on what your insecurity is and what's going on.
I also think it depends on your like dynamic, your relationship too, because I mean I do agree, like people do be insecure, and like you got to check that at the door sometimes, but it's like your dynamic of your relationship. If niggas be getting too close or women be getting too close, and then they feel like, I don't really like that dynamic. I mean, especially if you know it's getting like a little too, like, you know how they say like women see other women from a mile away, and dudes already know what dudes be on. It's kind of like if you feel like they trying to push up on you or push up on your, you know, your significant other, it's like, I don't really like that. Yeah. Because I can see the shit from ahead. Like, he really trying to take your position. Yeah. You know, that's when it get like weird. But I feel like if it's on some friendly type shit, like we cool, we just, you know, hang out or whatever, like,
yeah, because I think
ain't a big deal.
It get blurred lines real quick with that type of situation, because if you keep it in the work wife, work husband, and y'all usually in those situations they come and express their problems from home. Right. And I think that's always a bad combination when you approaching a situation confiding in another person. Exactly. Because then you're gonna continuously lead on them, and it just take one little spice to get in there to make this like a real toxic potion. And so if she coming in and she like, yeah, you know, last night, you know, I tried to cook this for my boyfriend and he ain't want to. You can bring that to me. I eat all that shit like that. There ain't no way in hell or like nigga come home like, you know, I don't want to get personal, but last night I tried to have sex with my wife and she didn't even want to. Shit, if you was with me, I you know, never mind. I'm not gonna even say, yeah, I know, you know, I'm not gonna say, and it's like. Then that nigga sitting there like, oh damn, okay.
You're right.
And so now it's appreciated. The seed is already planted in his head. So then it's like, well, and I think all of that shit already goes sour. But if it's like, I'm cool with her, we work, she can talk about her husband. Okay, yeah, that's okay. Okay. Hey, I'm about to go up to the Taco Bell. I'm about to go up here real quick. You want something for lunch or something like that? Oh, I got it. Like that to me is a little bit different, and like that's cool. And then she might do the same, or it might be, hey, you know, the kids had some cupcakes from last night. I just brought you one. Okay, cool.
Not the kids had some cupcakes.
You know what I'm saying? It's just something like that. Nothing crazy. Even like on some Christmas shit. You know what I'm saying? You bought each other a little gift. Hey, you know, I know you got your kids. I just bought them a little something at the store. It ain't nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's ways to approach it. Me, I think where it get disrespectful, no matter what, Is it this your work husband or your work wife, and then you choose to like double date with that person? And like it sounds crazy, but I feel like there's certain dynamics, no matter what that's foundation, the work husband, work wife kind of situation, where there is a level of confiding or accountability, vulnerability, where it's cool if y'all are friends or something like that. Like,
but
just
you
being
mixing like home and work
yeah,
together.
when you get to mixing that together,
Yeah.
it make it already even more balanced. Like you get to that other end of like the potion,
And they can see like y'all dynamic for real, and they can
exactly.
propose.
Y'all got insiders
Yeah.
now, and y'all presenting that in front of both of us.
Ooh. Yeah, that is messy. That's
Yeah,
very messy.
it get real messy. So,
But I mean that turns into like a trust factor though, because it's like, do you introduce your real significant other to your like work significant other in a sense?
I think that go more into your work life balance. So if you feel like that's gonna affect your home life, then yeah, you know what I'm saying. I don't think either person is necessarily secretive in any of it at all. I'm not putting secrecy on neither one of them, but I think once you see it in real time as the person, it can sway you depending on what it is. So it's like I think when you keep it that girl from work, oh no, it ain't none of that love. You can trust that. Like if you just a typical, contemporary relationship. But then if it's like, oh, we was talking at work and we said let's go on a double date. I can see somebody kind of squinting their, I don't know about that. And it's like if they do it and now y'all in a person having insiders and you remember yesterday we went to lunch and it was like he. And it's like
what the fuck y'all on? Yeah.
We went to lunch. What if I called you twice? What the fuck you mean? Like, and so it just kind of add these layers of things that you don't really want.
What about texting out like outside of work?
Past a particular time is not cool. Now that's whatever y'all relationship is. But I think a general rule of thumb is anything after 7 is just not a good area to trek over. Like in general, like I don't care how funny it is. It's just certain degrees of separation that should just.
I kind of actually really do agree with that because I feel like now does it matter? Like if does the sex matter?
No.
So like even if it was a coworker that was a female.
Yeah, like if it was me and like a shorty was trying to be my work wife, and I would feel like I shouldn't text her past 7. If it was my girl who had a work husband, I wouldn't feel like she should text that.
No, I'm talking about like if it was like the same sex. So like if your girlfriend has like a friend that's a coworker, but it's not a work like that's not her work wife, but you know what I'm saying, like they're coworkers and she texts her like after 7, you wouldn't care because she's a female.
Not so much because she's a female, because of how they define their relationship. So even I'm cool if you at the crib and like, oh, that's my work boo, he, and that's the funny thing, and I might do the same if that's what we on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But with her, you like, that's my friend. You like, even if you're friend, that's my little work bitch. Like, whatever. Okay, cool. That's what y'all want. But it's like, oh, this is my friend so and so from work. Like, that's just my hunger. I be chopping up with, and she just be feeling me. You've already defined it to me as something different. You know what I'm saying? But like, if my girl came to me because she can be on whatever shit. Like, that's my birthday. That's my bitch when I be at work. Cool. Like, you define this as this. Like, ha 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 ha. Whatever the case, I still look at it the same. Even if it was a dude, is when whatever lines get crossed, I got a problem with. So if you like,
okay, I got you.
Yeah, like we going out after for drinks for work. I'm going out with my work husband, my work wife, my homegirl. I still got the same, like, hey, try to be back at like a reasonable time. You know what I'm saying? Don't get too drunk, like whoop type shit.
Niggas, they see you get a little intoxicated. You know, that niggas be trying it. Females be trying it too. Like, it don't really matter. That's some real ass shit.
Like, I've had that more happen to me on a birthday, and we're like, oh yeah, let's just hang out for some work drinks, like me and the shorty. And I'm thinking at the time, oh, okay, cool. This is Debbie. She talking about her nigga and everything. We talking type. And then when you get there, it's like, oh, you on that type of time, like, because they thinking it's more than what it is, or how they perceive one action is different than how you intended it to be perceived.
Very true. Yeah. I feel like I've never had like a work significant other. I've always had like where you can tell somebody likes you by you just being nice and professional, basically. Because you're trying to like keep that cadence of I ain't trying to be like grumpy all the fucking time. I don't want to be in that bitch for real. But yeah, I think I could have had a situation like that. I never really got into it because I learned a long ass time ago, you never mix like that whole business with pleasure shit at work. Again, the same friend that whatever, she dated somebody at the same job we was in high school. Messy the whole time. Like they was arguing and shit. I would never do that at this grown ass age. I just feel like it's gonna turn toxic. Like it really is. Like it just doesn't make any sense.
A level of expectation is gonna get set.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna move into our segment Get Hip. So this is where we talk about any suggestions or whatever we got going on, like music, movies, any trend that we suggest that y'all like should look into, and give us feedback on what we suggested so we can see if it worked for you or not. What you got?
Movie wise, of course, if you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy, I would suggest going to see that. Yeah, that shit was really, really fucking good.
I keep hearing that.
Yep, I wanted to go see that, and I seen Super Mario.
Oh, Super Mario was good. I did see that.
Yeah, that shit was great.
It was
like, them was the two I always suggest. People are saying Evil Dead, so that's the next film.
I want to see that too.
My movie list.
Definitely.
Shows wise, like I was saying, Citadel I was watching. Citadel is a show I got sucked into, but the problem with it is that it's you know where it's going,
but it's taking a long ass time to get there.
Because it's one of those stupid shows that come out every week or every other week. So it's like I'm already seeing where it's headed, but now I'm already in too deep, so I gotta just see how it ends. Yeah. So now I'm in that conundrum. But Love and Death is a great fucking show. Oh yeah. Love and Death was great.
I gotta watch that shit for real.
It's about two neighbors who start an affair. They put the bruise on the whiteboard, and of course they get broken. So take it as you may. It's great. It is the actress from The Scarlet Witch.
Yep.
Right. So she's in that. She is the lead actress. The actor I do not know and cannot reference anything, so forgive me. But it's on HBO Max.
I'm definitely gonna check that out for sure. Definitely gonna see Guardians of the Galaxy soon. I don't know when. I want to see Evil Dead for sure, and I'm gonna check out Love and Death. Damn, I hope it sounds like somebody gonna die in there.
Maybe.
Can't wait to see.
I say maybe.
For me,
about a fair, so it's very close.
Yeah, that's ironic.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What do I like suggestion wise? I don't know. I feel like an activity. Like I've been really like on this. I want to do yoga. I want to try to like meditate and different things of that nature. So I'm probably gonna try to. I would like recommend doing that if y'all don't already. And if y'all have like tips, leave that below, or even message me on Instagram or whatever just to let me know. Um, I'm trying to think like movie wise. We already talked about the movies that I definitely want to see. This, I mean, it's a trend. I found out today it just happened, but it's in Michigan. Basically, a Hazel Park teacher chose to like do a fake bomb threat so the school could be closed, and a lot of people are commenting on it. And one of the students said, "When you get back, you need to chill." I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I think he's only going to jail for like 14 days or something like that.
Okay.
But that shit is crazy. It's like I wouldn't even think that you would even get 14 days. Your ass would be fired. Like that ain't something to play with in a school. Like you don't do shit like that.
Are you going back to work?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's what I said. The student said, like, when you come back, you need to chill. Like, what the fuck?
A little nigga just talking shit.
No.
Like, when you come back to the real world, nigga, chill out.
Yeah, no, that shit is crazy. I'm like, just to picture, like, when we were in school, we didn't really get that.
Only thing that happened to me is in middle school, somebody texted the janitor that we didn't want to come in, so he turned the heat up to the school.
What school was that? Was that MacArthur?
Yeah.
Bro.
That nigga was like Mr. Bull, this janitor. That nigga was funny as hell. He used to have
that is fucking
in the back. I swear to God, he used to walk through the main door. His shit was right at the right. This nigga used to have kung fu movies and porno tapes back there. Like a VS. All he used to do sit back there and just watch that bitch. Just watch the bitch all day.
Bro.
And it was me, the homie Sykes, shout out to Sykes, and the homie Tim. Like, we just got cool with that nigga, so, like, he just let us come back there randomly, or we was walking the hall and just watch random kung fu movies, like Bruce Leroy, all that kind of shit. He used to be playing that shit back there, like.
I'm fucking weak. Now he sitting here talking about.
Yeah, but that nigga Sykes got his number, and he had texted that nigga, like, yeah, they said we gotta come in. He's like, all right, bet. So then he turned the heat up on some, like, I went to school and shit, so.
Bro. Now he trying to fuck up MacArthur.
Even in South Ohio, that one nigga, remember they told that substitute teacher not to come in. Who class was that? Miss Allen? Shorty and what was that? B Hall or or Seahawk. What was the science shit with Mr. Pellegrino? Was it Seahawk?
Yeah, I think it was Seahawks.
So Seahawk at the end where the stairs is at, that black lady, what's her name? Was Allen?
Did she wear glasses?
No,
She was short.
No, she was a taller, kind of heavy set black lady, and she was at the end of the hallway.
Oh,
and she was right across from Mr. Hurley. She was right across from.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. I can't think of her name.
She had got a substitute teacher for some shit one of them years when I was across from Mr. Hurley class.
Damn.
And they ended up texting this silly ass substitute teacher nigga that we didn't have school that day. We was closed, and that nigga did not show up. I remember that nigga Mr. Horn came in there and was tripping because I was in that bitch skipping.
She fired. Yep, she was definitely fired.
They fired the fuck out of that substitute.
You can't do no shit like that.
That shit was funny.
If it ain't come from Mr. Horn, that ain't no real ass shit.
Man, that shit was funny.
I'm trying to think of one more because I'm like, music wise, what have I been listening to? If y'all know me, y'all know I love R&B music. I'll say this. I seen a little snippet of Brandy's daughter. I think her name is. Damn. I think it's Sarai. No, Sarai.
I think it is something like that.
Sarai. I think she sounds just like Brandy. Like just like Brandy. That shit is crazy. Like how genetics just like play with your voice. And a lot of people was thinking like Brandy was like doing the ad libs and stuff like that, but it was really her voice. That's crazy to me. But she sounds really, really, really good. I think it's a debut single for her. It hasn't released yet, so I'm gonna listen to that. But I recommend y'all look her up and see what she about. But she sing with her mom a lot, and so they have a lot of videos on TikTok of her and Brandy singing. But yeah, she sounds just like her mom. I'm like, damn, and I'm a big ass Brandy fan, so this shit is like dope as fuck to me because she gets to touch another generation of like people with that type of voice and that type of sound. So
definitely one of the better singers of our generation. Brandy is. Music wise, both of the Monets put out some dope music. So Janelle Monáe and Victoria Monet both dropped some dope music.
I love both of them too.
Definitely check those out. How can I put it? Dirt. I'm expecting that project, so that should be pretty cool. But it's not really promotion for that. And that's pretty much has been on my stratosphere. Like I said, I haven't listened to a lot of music. Like what I do is I'll pay attention to what's dropping and kind of add it, and then I'll pick a day to call it like my album listening day.
Okay.
So I'll just listen to a bunch of albums and kind of like rate them. And
see where you at.
Yeah, if they solid on my first listen through, then I'll listen to them again. And if they dope that second time, then I usually like officially add it to my playlist. So like a lot of times I'll download some shit and then remove it like in a couple days. So like my music is like in a time capsule where it go from like 1979 to like 2000, and then that shit jumped from like 2002 to like 2005, and then it go to like 2009.
Yeah. That's actually some good eras, like when it came to music.
Yeah.
No lie. Like,
I skip around, and it's like I'll grab like the dope albums that got like squeezed in between, but I also listen to a lot of different music. So for what might appeal to some, I listen to like the Arctic Monkeys and shit. So I listen to bands and I listen to like this R&B singer, this indie singer. So like a lot of my music is South African Afrobeat.
So I get into that.
Yeah, so like a lot of my shit is like when y'all ask me for songs, it's like what type of mood.
What's his name? He just did a song with Suki Hana. I'm pretty sure you know his name. It's
CK?
Afrobeat.
Maybe. I listen to a lot of like Black Coffee, CK, Wizkid, Tim.
Oh yeah, I like Wizkid too.
Yeah, so I listen to a lot of them, and then one of the dudes I can't pronounce his name. So but I got his stuff saved, and he do a lot of house kind of rhythmic stuff. Okay. So I bounce around with a lot of that type of music, depending on my mood. And if you come to my house, I got a bunch of like records with like Billy Ocean to Ahmad Jamal to Lou Rawls to
damn.
Yeah, bro. I'm saying
I love the range of like because I like country music too. It's just like it's handpicked. Like certain people like you gravitate towards. Obviously, some people are more mainstream than others. But I was gonna ask you, since you like really a real music guru, I feel like what's the most fire back in the day cartoon theme song that you ever heard?
One of my favorite ones to date, and people always forget about it, is the TV show that Andre 3000
Bro,
had. And
yes.
it was a song that he had that I love to this day called Banana Zoo.
Oh, fuck, I'm trying to remember that one.
Banana Zoo, ooh, shawty. Move like an animal, banana zoo, ooh, shawty.
I am weak.
Let it go. And then he did like a whole little hook and everything. So,
But that theme song was fire too.
yeah, like I
Like,
like
that
the whole
song was
music
good.
of that show, but that's one like that episode was about like monkeys or something. So like that theme always stood out to me. And
The show was called, I think, Class of 3000.
Class of 3000.
Yeah.
That's what it's called, Class of 3000.
That was a dope ass show. I swear. I'm so
And
mad they canceled that shit.
I don't know how far back you consider it, but it was a Naruto intro. I want to say like season 4, season 5. That was fucking beat. I don't care what no like fuck on that all that bullshit. That Chinese nigga was crazy on that guitar. He went stupid on that shit.
I'm trying to think. Damn, I cannot think of it.
It was that Fighting Dreamers thing song. We are fighting.
Oh no, I wasn't thinking of that one.
That's all right. And it was the one like right after that. Then both of them bitches was hard, but it was like you a real Naruto fan. It was during the Curse Mark arc where they was going to fight the Sound Five.
Yeah.
So around all of that, because they had changed the intros in that same arc back to that. So it was when they did the first one, and then that second one they came out with. That second bitch was out of this world. Like it was nothing. That's so crazy.
I'm trying to think because I heard somebody sing the theme song, like, but I think it was maybe it was. I don't think it may be the original. It could have been original. I can't think of it. But I'm trying to think. What?
But nothing really stood out. Like the SpongeBob shit was straight, but I didn't give a fuck about that. Freddy Our Parents was trash. Jimmy Neutron shit was trash.
I ain't gonna lie, I used to fuck with Danny Phantom.
His shit was great. His shit was better than that shit.
Yeah.
His shit was definitely better.
And I was gonna say, Hey Arnold was good too.
His shit was smooth. See niggas hating now, and I ain't gonna say it, my nigga Lil Bill shit was fire.
A little bit was fire.
That his thing was fire, man. You can't say it, but it's like damn, like.
No, y'all gonna clown me for this one. Now this is me when I was like a kid, but that Franklin song went hard too for me.
Oh yeah.
They were like, "Hey, it's Franklin."
Yeah, that shit.
That was my shit.
Nigga, Arthur shit was tough.
Oh yeah, every day when you walking down the street,
that nigga shit was tough. Like
they had some good ass theme songs. They really
PBS did their thing with that one, but like I don't know, even Disney, I ain't like none of that shit. Wait. What was Shorty name? No, her shit was fire. What's her name? Kim Possible. Her shit was fire. Her shit was hard. That shit. Yeah, that shit was tight.
I ain't gonna lie, it is in my fucking
Kim Possible shit was tight. But then it was like how I grew up. Even for me watching like cartoons and shit, I watched like the Dragon Ball Z's and shit, and like even my sister. Like the movie she put me on from like 6 to 7 was fucking Pulp Fiction, Juice, all that shit. So it's like even for shows when I was a kid, that was like Martin reruns, Jamie Foxx, Fresh Prince. So like,
I had good theme songs too.
And like even to this day, I know the second verse of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air intro. And he said, I begged and pleaded with her. She gave me mercy. Packed my suitcase and sent me on my way. She gave me a kiss and she gave me my ticket. I put my Walkman on and said, I'm not little kick it.
Shit, I only
first class, so this bad. Drinking orange juice out of a champagne glass. But this was the people of Bear Air living like, this might be all right. And then that's when they jumped to the taxi scene. So they cut that to jump straight to the taxi scene after the mama jumped him out. But he got a whole verse.
Bro, I would never have known that.
And the only reason I know, this is the craziest fact of my life. The only reason I know that verse is because my dad bought me one of them old, like, MP3 players. But he told me I can't have no cussing music. So the only nigga you can think of is you gave a little kid this music. So all I did, I didn't even type in Will Smith. I just typed in clean.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So then when I hit clean, all his shit just popped up because he was just naturally clean.
Yeah.
So I had all this fucking Fresh Prince, LL Cool J, EPMD, all this shit. Yeah. As like an 8, 9-year-old kid, 10 maybe. So I know the fucking Fresh Prince. Like I know it's like the back of my hand, like because that's all I would listen to is the fucking Fresh Prince.
That's crazy. I never knew. Like I always thought about like his iconic line.
No, like I ain't never time and shit. Like like That
That's
was a
crazy.
whole song.
Yeah, them some fire ass theme songs though. That's why I was like, we got some fire ass. Our childhood was low key fire. Like when it came to the theme songs, they did not play. But all right, y'all, we about to wrap it up. Make sure you follow us at Millennial Vision E on Instagram, and just subscribe to our channel for more content. And also follow your podcast that you got going on.
Oh yeah, like Mama June's table. We just kind of do it weekly, bi-weekly. Nothing really too special. It's a conversation between two homies. You know, we get high. Just kind of invite you into the conversation. So that's it.
So yeah, definitely check that out. And we out, y'all. Peace.